back, relax. We'll be with you shortly. Again, a fond aloha. Check 1, 2. Once again, aloha. We have a very special treat today for Mele Halia. My name is Blaine Kim, the cultural advisor here at the Waikiki Beach Walk Plaza. This wonderful lady to your left, this is Kumu Hiwa Vaughan. This is her late father, Palani Vaughan. He was an iconic, legendary entertainer of Hawaii. Just Google his name, Palani Vaughan, and you'll see all kinds of incredible contributions he's made to our culture, to the Hawaiian culture, both in music and in his vocals were just incredible. So we're here to celebrate his life along with his daughter, Hiwa Vaughan, and Halau Kalehua o Tuahine. Please, a nice round of applause. Bakerfield, welcome everybody to the Waikiki Beach Walk Plaza.
Ai no ke akuala iuga ke meila I puani ani ka waina kailu na kamahu kailalo dalu o ka leo he mai ho mai wale o ka ike ka wai wai Velina aloha. Hello. Velina aloha. My name is Kaili Hiwa Vaughan Darvo. Ke Kumu hula o halau hula kalehua tuahine. And I'm so grateful to be back here in Waikiki to this very stage that I performed with my father last. And so 2 years later, so he passed away in December 2016. And we still remember him and celebrate him. And it is true, the contributions that he has made to our lahui, to our people, and his legacy lives on through me, through my brothers, and through his mo'opuna, and all of the wonderful songs he composed, and the people's lives he's touched, and the long, very long emails and long phone conversations he had with his acquaintances and friends and students. And so I'd like to celebrate King Kalakaua and his monarchy. Our first mele was in honor of Pele and Hi'iaka and the story of the Pele and Hi'iaka saga. And we move forward actually into the monarchy section in honor Queen Kapi'olani, the wife of King David, La'amea Kamana na Kapu Mahinu Lani no Loya Ehuo Kalani, Lumia Lani Kalakaua. I'd like to introduce here some of my wahine and offer a mele entitled Eho Ike Aloha Ini Ihau. And the first voice you'll hear is my daughter, pardon me. Her name is Ka'omoana Vaughan Darvo, Mo'opuna of Palani Vaughan.
tapi ola nino he inoa e ina ka inoa ka wahine do tapi ola nino he inoa e
Hey no no kapi olani. Halo. Okay, move up, move up, move up. We're grateful for this performance today. We can give some of our dancers we have a few that are debuting today. Yay! Yay! And so we stay with the monarchy and move towards Kalakaua. We honor him with his name song. It says, "Here is David, the greatest of descendants." And we honor him, King David la'amea kamana na kapumahinu lani naloye ehuoka lani lumia lani Kalakaua. I love to say that. I taught it to my kids. They like to practice it. King Kalakaua had many names. Those are the seven long names, the most prominent names that we hear of, even though he carried much more. In his birth, he didn't have that many names, but he acquired the names as was customary among our ali'i. And they would acquire names over their lifetime so that, for example, at his coronation, when he was announced and his name was announced, the people could hear his life story in his name. We offer you Kalakaua Heinoa.
Kalakaua Heinoa, Tapua mai ole itala e. Kalakaua Heinoa, Tapua mai ole itala e. Ke pua mai la ita mauna, I ke tua hivi o mauna ke ai. Ke pua mai la ita mauna, I te tua hivi o mauna ke ai. Ke ahala I kilawe ai, mala ma o aine kapu. Ke ahala I kilawe ai, mala ma o aine kapu. Aluna o ue kahuna, I tapali tapu o rau e ai. Aluna o ue kahuna, I tapali tapu o rau e ai. E a mai ke ali I ki a manu, ave I kaulu o ka mamo. E a mai ke ali I ki a manu, ave I kaulu o ka mamo. Kapuana nia o Hawaii, Kalakaua Heinoa. Kapuana nia o Hawaii, Kalakaua Heinoa.
Heinoa no kalani Kalakaua e ola. Thank you. Okay, this is the fun part. So I'd like to welcome to the stage these two little kekos. Don't be shy, don't be shy. To the right, or to your left rather, this is Tahiva Kahula Haopuna Kale Hulu Hivo Keli Iolono Vaughan. Yay! Uh-oh, I need to say Huali's whole name. We'll work on that. To the left, this is my niece, also my cousin, and ohana to us. Her name is Huali. And these two lovely young ladies are going to perform for you and still honor King Kalaka with Ea no Kavika.
Ea no kavika e, kaekea o nā pua e, kalo no pele kane Olo he ke uini o palani Kui kalo no pele kane Olo he ke uini o palani Na vai e tapua iluna Na kapaa ke ano he mapua Na vai e tapua iluna Na kapaa ke ano he mapua Haina ia mai tapua na No kalani ka vika he ino ala Ipa ilima Haina ia mai tapua na No kalani ka vika he ino ala Hae ala
Eola. Woo! Hang on real quick. I told myself, try not to be long-winded because it was actually a wonderful quality of my father, but every chance he had to perform, it really wasn't about the music, it was about the message. And he spent quite a bit of time articulating and expressing and sharing as much Ike knowledge as he could anytime he got, especially behind the microphone. And so I got to take this moment right here to quickly explain this mele. This was a composition by one of Queen Kapi'olani's ladies in waiting. So King Kalakawa's wife, Queen Kapi'olani, one of her ladies in waiting wrote this chant, and it speaks of the time period when King Kalakaua comes into his reign and is forced to deal with so many issues with our Hawaiian people and our kingdom. And there was a beautiful part that our Hawaiian people could communicate to the ali'i through music and poetry, and it would be published in the newspapers. And so I happened across this mele, and it was a beautiful mele. It really is exalting and kind of just talks about King Kalakaua's status and how awesome he is. And then somewhere halfway between, when I started to look at the translations, there was this change in energy and message, and it was all of a sudden it said, "Be careful, be careful of your work and the things and the people that you come into contact with, and protect your people." And so I thought that was a really great message. And so we're going to offer this mele called He Hanau no Kalakaua, but we are going to share with you an oli first, and we call it the fire chant. King Kalakaua actually had a kapu passed down to him from Iwikauikaua, and it was the kapu meaning tabu. He was mahalo. He was the only king that carried this kapu, and he had the right to burn torches. We have the torches here that are not lit now, but he had the right to burn the torches at midday. And so this chant was called the fire chant. When King Kalakaua became king, gee, I'm turning into Palaniwan, I just gotta grow the beard. Okay. When he became king, he took a little travel to the outer islands to welcome his people and get to know his kingdom. And when he did arrive on those islands, they offered him and they welcomed him with celebrations of fire. And so along the beaches there would be bonfires and whatnot on Maui Island, Hawaii Island. Well, he was returning home to Oahu, coming back on the steamship Kilauea, and this is about dawn. It's coming to dawn, and the darkness is coming upon the island, and he's coming around the farthest east point called Makapu'u. So you have to imagine this. He's riding there, and it's starting to become dark, and fires start to light up the mountains and the shape of Oahu along the coast as he travels alongside of the island. And his people were lighting up the island of Oahu, literally, from Makapu'u, traveling all the way down, coming around Port Lock, up through Waialae, all of Kaimuki, and all through area called Helumoa, Waikiki, coming around to the Honolulu Harbor, pardon me, as far as Moanalua. When he steps foot onto the island, can you imagine this now? Everything's lit up, pyrotechnics and fires. As he comes around Punch Bowl, Pu'owaina, Punch Bowl is lit up all around there in a crown. And then he gets to, his name, is what I read and understand is his name was written in fire on the top of Punch Bowl. And when he comes to Honolulu, through Honolulu, all covered in torches and fire, he gets to Iolani Palace, and the top of his original palace was a crown made of fire. And so, can you imagine how awesome that must have been? And so Honolulu people did it. Oahu people did it better, I would say. So, we offer you the fire chant.
Ke o loko o Mele. I o e a o e kaheke I o I loa e Haina ke ali hanau ia o ka o hiku ka pula e o mai e o mai e o mai
Hei noa no kalani kala kaua mahalo. We're going to transition really quickly, but before I move on, I'd like to welcome to the stage 3 amazing musicians. My father, in his performance regularly, his group was called Vaughan and the King Zone. And there have been many members of the King Zone, starting from way back. These gentlemen have been wonderful because we've had a chance to celebrate my dad a few times, and we get together and they practice, and during the rehearsal they recall some great memories of Polanivanisms and, and the wonderful lessons he's taught us. But I would like to introduce, they are wonderful musicians in their own right. And they come together today as the King Zone. So grateful to celebrate my dad. To your far right, Nahoku Hano Hano Award winner. I also went to school with him. Mr. Eric Lee.
Hello,
Yay.
everybody.
And to the middle and to the far right, it was really interesting to watch them. These 2 gentlemen are actually brothers and members of different groups, recording artists, amazing, amazing musicians. But I've got to learn a lot of wonderful things from them, things about my dad. And I'm sure they have stories to tell about the things they've learned from him. But what I do recall is my dad always sharing with me that everything happens for a reason. And as I said earlier, his mission in life, especially towards the end of his life, was to, I'm gonna cry a little bit, was to educate as many people as he possibly could about our lahui and who Hawaiian people were. So I stand before you today as a Kanaka Maoli, as a Hawaiian person, proud of my heritage, and as a patriot to the crown and to the Kingdom of Hawaii. And I wanted to mention that because Mr. Kimo artist in the middle and Mr. Kalanikai artist are also patriots to our Kingdom of Hawaii. And so I won't carry on any further because I said I'm starting to grow a beard right now, the longer I talk. Ladies and gentlemen, the King Zone.
1, 2, 3, 4. Become the greatest of the cities, like lightning in the east, over Hawaii. Shine forth, O King Kalakaua, glowing in your plumage of mammal feathers. A beacon, the greatest of descendants. Hey, you know ka kahike na pua kawila ma kahikina malama mahawai Mauna
Thank you, everybody. It's once again truly an honor to be here and represent all the members of the King Zone that have performed. Blaine Kamalani Kia Kumuhula is also a former member of the King Zone, performed with Palani Vaughan back in the day. We're just a long line of great musicians and great Hawaiians that have performed with the iconic figure known as Palani Vaughan. We're going to bring up his Mo'opuna and do a song with that he recorded speaking about the first railroad that came to the islands. The song is entitled Ka'ahi, Kahului.
Mai la chuku chuku mai hoe ua kuma ke alahu Hei kamo lelo poko ha hiwa Hawaii chuku chuku mai la chuku chuku mai hoe ua kuma ke alahu Ka ahi kalui ke alahu a iwaru Ka'ahi kahalui chuku chuku muau Hawaii Ulo, ulo no kalani e Kalani o kala kaua Ta mea I kau kau kona hino Mala mala no ka chuku chuku Ulo, ulo no kalani e Kalani o kala kaua Ta mea I kau kau kona hino Ka pala pala no ka chuku chuku Ka'ahi kahalui ke alao a iwaru Ka'ahi kahalui chuku chuku muau Hawaii Lohi mai na ke ki hana ukai Mai ka molelo chuku Ai komo kalani hope Mea kau ka kona inoa Lohi mai na ke ki hana ukai Lohi mai ka molelo chuku Ai komo kalani hope Mea kau ka kona inoa Ka'ahi kahalui ke alao a iwaru Ka'ahi kahalui chuku chuku muau Hawaii Chuku chuku muau Hawaii Chuku chuku muau Hawaii
Ka'ahi kaului, a our first train, and you stated in the beautiful island of Maui. Mahalo.
Now, these two girls on the outside, when we started playing, they were that size. The one in the middle. Who's the one in the middle?
Kahula.
Oh, Kahula. Okay. Oh my
I was
gosh.
just going to introduce them really quickly.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Kumu.
So, yeah, start again. So my eldest daughter, the Hiapo, the firstborn, this is Taylor Nohele Mamuk Kamoehu Kawi Kapono Ta'u Here Van Darvo. My dad always made sure that it was important to say the whole name. Okay, so, and then the secondborn, come here, hurry up. It's number 2. Her name is Tiare Jennings Ivalani Kamalu Olu Okatua Hine Rebecca Von Darvo. I wanted to share that within the name are all of our family genealogy, and we bring them back in within the names. I do have a son who's somewhere around here. His name is Nakahil. Oh, there he is. Look at him. Yay. Stand up, son. Stand up, son. The grandson, his name is Tanner Naihe Nakahili Kamauliola Von Darvo. And he carries our family name as well, Nakahili, which means the feather standard. So we have a small kahili here, which represents royalty, but it is part of our family genealogy. And then the last born, the Muliloa. This is, what's your name again? No, just kidding. Her name is Tahiva Kahula Ha'opuna Kalei Huluhiva Keli'i Olono Von Darvo. Dun da da da. And we're not having any more kids. Yay. Okay, bye.
Never say never.
There's no names left.
Yeah, right. Get plenty. I wanted to point out that they're wearing shirts that are in honor of my dad. Well, 2 years ago, I think, at La Ho'iho'i, they honored my father in the yellow shirts. And then also at the Gabi Pahinui Festival, my father was really great friends with the Pahinuis and Uncle Gabby and Uncle Cero and Uncle Martin. And so I wanted to make sure I mentioned that in lieu of it being Memorial Day tomorrow, that we do celebrate all of the wonderful spirits that have guided us in the hula as well as in the Hawaiian music realm, namely the people who were part of my rearing and raising. So I'd love to honor Uncle Gabby, Uncle Martin, Uncle Cero Pahinui, Auntie Scarlett Rosetti. We celebrate her, and Uncle Eddie Kamae. And there's so many. There's so many that we've lost, and so we don't. We celebrate them through song. And so I'll stop talking once again. Yay, mahalo.
Well, besides Palani Von being a great artist, performer, entertainer, actor, and the list goes on and on and on, he was also a wonderful composer. And so Palani recorded this song, I believe, on one of his earliest, if not the first recording he released of Ya'oi Kala series. And it's a song for King Kalakaua's birthday on November 16th, as he celebrated his jubilee on his 50th birthday. So Palani Von wrote this song in celebration of Kalakaua's birthday. Song entitled Ku'i Kolono, spread the news of His Majesty Kalakaua.
No kalakaua mo hope o Hawaii ne Hano wale no kayubine Makamala hano kanalima Kui kalono Ilo hano hakoiaia Maina kiki hano hano hono Kahali huno E kaulua huno Kahiwa hiwa huno Kayubile huno Kahali ulo, mai pile ulo, lo, lo. Ui kolono hi mene lehu lehu, oni no kapoi. Oni oli e kua hi mene me kapoi.
The Kalanikai artist on ukulele. Song entitled Kui Kalunu.
This is another one of Palani Vaughan's original compositions. Hemanu Ula Ula talks about the feathers that you see around her head, the red feathers, very prized and very important to the Ali'i. A lot of their feather leis that they wore, such as the ones we're wearing. It took many thousands of flowers to create these beautiful leis, and these birds are not large. They're very small birds, and so if you received a lei like this, you were first of all very grateful, and many of our ali'i had some of the most beautiful flower leis and capes that you could ever see, and small kahilis like this one. So this song speaks about one of those birds that provided flowers to our ali'i. Song entitled Hemanu Ula Ula.
hula le ala. Love ia paha, kamatani honu ala. Maliu mai oe, ikale nei aula. Kairi ouka, lohi mai kena le ala. No hoe aloha, kapuhula le ala. Love ia paha, kamatani honu ala. E ala.
E manu ula ula. One of our beautiful Mele that has written. I'd like to feature Kumu Kali Hiwa Vaughan. Song entitled Hiwa Hiwa.
In the high rainforest, I saw a very warm blossom, and I thought of you, and that I must be with you again. Emana no kapua, he pua lei, lehua mabaka uka, he pua lawe. You, my beloved, are precious to me. Precious as a rare lehua blossom. Soft falling rain comes to that flower as a lover, as I now come to you. There you are, waiting for me. Come, be with me in the cooling rain I bring.
Kumuhula, Ili Hiwa, Vaughan. Something that Hepu of Hiwa.
Yeah, go get him. Go get him, girl.
Yay! Thank you for sharing that, Mele. I just wanted to say it does have Hiwa in there, but that's not about me. Just saying. So a little inside info. I did want to acknowledge another member of the King Zone who's standing out there. He graduated with me at Kamehameha School's class of 93.
Oh, buddy.
Woo!
Buddy.
Mr. Buddy Mauna Kea.
What's up, brother?
Come on. Yay. We jokingly and lovingly talk about Daddy and how he talked a lot, and there was wonderful knowledge in there as long as you could hang in there to listen to it.
We like to consider it as Manaleo sessions.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes, exactly. But I miss him dearly. Anyway, it brings us to this part of the show, and I want to share it with you because right after my dad passed away, I have many videos and clippings of him. But just so happened, he had just gone to Kauai, where my brother Kilipaki Vaughan, lives with his Ohanan. My brother is a deputy fire chief in Kauai, and but on the side, he's a still guitar player, and also used to be a DJ on a radio station. Go figure. And he went to law school. So anyway, just so happened my brother had a recording of one of the visits my dad made over to Kauai, and they recorded him in studio. This is real a cappella, just unplugged, an unplugged version of my dad singing. And he, of course, sang some of the most important songs, but the one song he always sang, and I think these gentlemen will remember as well as Buddy and all of us remember, he always included in his performances a mele entitled "The Voices on the Wind." And I'm gonna let him tell you the story instead of me. I do want to share with you, if you ever have a chance, try to Google Voices on the Wind, and perhaps you'll come across a video made by my daughter. And it's a great combination of cumulative effort with musicians and videographers and our lahui in general. You get to see that wonderful video. But this is a recording of my dad, Palani Vaughan. If we can figure that out. There we go. Uh-oh. What happened to it?
One day I heard this poem, and it was called. One day I heard this poem, and it was called "Voices on the Wind." And when I performed the song, I wrote the song that I entitled "Voices on the Wind" because it just touched me. That's probably what we listen to when we're composing, when we are feeling the calling of the urge to do something that we've never done before. Why am I doing this? I don't know. I would often ask, why am I down here researching when I should be sleeping? You know, why am I out here just every day doing this? But what I did was follow the urge. I said, I don't know. I would say to that, I don't know why I'm doing this, but I know I have to do this. And it caused me to learn more about King Kalakaua, our own history. I cried many tears when I learned. You don't learn these things in school. They don't teach you that the overthrow was an illegal overthrow. Because, you know, and I can understand, it makes America look bad. So I did this album, the first album. The second album came along via Oikala, and then I was into my reflective, just constant reflecting, and I heard this poem, and I began with this to write this song. kupuna means grandparent or ancestor. Our grandparents, our ancestors speak to us. And if we listen a little more closely to things, though our kupuna kahiko, our ancient forefathers, have long passed from this earth, they are not gone. For they live on in the legends, in the chants, in the songs, in the dances of our people. And if we listen a little more closely to things, perhaps we can hear their voices in the winds, in the whispering seas, for they are one with the Aina. Sons and daughters of these islands, are you listening to the voices of our kupuna? In the swirling winds, high on ancient Pali, hear them, feel their love. Hear the voices on the winds above the ocean, carried from the whispering surf of timeless seas, chanting Mele, sacred to our native island, and to the pride our nation once did see. Can you hear the voices of our proud kupuna in the midst of this world's toil and strife? Hear them beckoning to us, sisters and brothers. Eho'oikaika, omako, eho'ohala, hoai. Listen, 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 listen. Hear the voices beckon rise once more. The rising strength and unity and love. Listen, listen, listen. Of our kupuna. If the rising winds touch you in Akupa, and be one with them throughout this land we love. Throughout this land we love. Ho'olohe in Akupa. Ho'olohe in Aleo na kupuna. Pulama yalako. Pulama yalako.
Mahalo nui. Okay. Wow, that was a good one, yeah. I'd like to call out my haumana to this stage. This is Kamamaka Kawaya. You know, unfortunately, we wanted to have Kimo Kahoana be a part of our event because there is no performance without him. And so me doing this job, it's my first time, so we're missing him. But the whole, yeah, we'll do it again. The fun part is, you know, I used to dance in my father's show. We were called the Royal Court Dancers. And one of the dances we always had to perform was a mele entitled Kama Makakawa. And it speaks of a major patriot, Robert Kalani Hiapo Wilcox, and the valiant effort he and the few loyalists made. They're making their last stand to protect our kingdom. And so my dad wrote this song, and now this is back in the early 70s. And the true story is, and hear this. Now we hear the terminology and people saying ku'e all the time, right? And it's a thing that all of our young opio and the people when we're out marching together to get our voices heard, we were out there saying ku'e. But my dad was saying it way back when in the early 70s. And so true story is when his album came out, there were folks, especially at the radio stations, that felt that it was too political. And the things that he was saying weren't appropriate. And so his record got scratched. And the music network wasn't played at that time. And so, but everybody knows this song. Everybody knows this song. And so if you can hear it and you feel it, shout out with us. We're gonna make an effort. I just taught them this dance. So we'll see what happens here. I wanna point out, oh, sorry guys. Come on out. I wanna point out that some of these gentlemen are wearing some of the shirts from my father's show. And they are indicative of the kahili. You can see them in the crown kahili, actually, of Kalakaua. And so we offer you Kama Makakaua.
Walla ku e kama makakawa hana ku e walla ku e kama makakawa loyaliki ku e kama makakawa ku e loyaliki koa ku e kama makakawa loyaliki koa itulani kama makakawa kupa ama hope o kaina wala koa o fili koki no le melo popo foi na koe loyaliki kama makakawa I hoi na hono o kalaka na loyaliki kuwe wala kuna makakawa I pulani loyaliki koa kupa ama hope o kaina aloha aina hoki Makakawa minna paileula Maloko o kapao Halia lingi o nani Kama makakawa I pai o vivo o le ue I kene O kamo I ke apuni o uli O uli Kama makakawa o I ai ua o e Akala hui o Hawaii Kama makakawa o le pori nai o le pori mole Aloha noia loia like Ula kama makakawa Loyaliki koa, upa ama hope o kaina, aloha aina hoki e. Wala kupa makakawa, loyaliki koa, upa ama hope o kaina, aloha aina hoki e. Wala kama makakawa hano Wala kama makakawa loyaliki Wala kama makakawa na loyaliki koa kama makakawa
Mahalo. Okay. Well, stay there for a second, you guys.
How about a nice round of applause for Kumu, Hiwa, Vaughan over here, and all of our hamara. Come on, give it up. How about a hana ho? We gotta do a hana ho. Hana ho! Have to do a hana ho. It's Papa, you know? It's all about Dad. I want to remind you that Palani Vaughan is one of a kind, and he was a great part of our history. Look up his name, Palani Vaughan. You find some incredible things. things that he has done for Hawaii and for our culture. This is his daughter continuing his legacy in a wonderful way to continue the legacy indeed. I get a nice round of applause as we do for you, Hano. Come on, give it up for all of them.
Hey, run a song like Polani Vaughan over there too, man. That was good.
Our voices all got lower after performing with
A
Polani.
whole lot of conditioning. Yeah, brother.
Spread out, you guys. Relax. They didn't know that they're going to do this. Rob, you want to jump in? Come in. Any of you guys out there, Mahina, any of you guys out there are part of our hello and you know this dance, I want you to jump up and dance, okay? So I guess as a hanaho, we're going to offer this mele to you. It speaks of, our hello name is Halohula Kalehua Tuahine. We are the lehua blossoms nourished by the Tuahine rain, which is the name specifically of the rain coming from Manoa. It is a very gentle rain, but Manoa is famous for many, many things, namely the double-hued rainbows. And we always know about the gentle rains, the Tuahine rain, the waterfall, Waiakeakua, a famous heiau called Kuka'o'o. And my daddy used to always say, it's where all the pretty girls were. Yeah. So anyway, we offer a mele composed by Mr. Kimo Alama Keaulana, a former resident of Manoa. It speaks of all the beauties of Manoa, and so we offer you Hinani Manoa. Hinani o Manoa, vehi kaua, kaua tuahine kupa o kai. You guys better be singing. Sing loud, please. Here we go. And Hinani o Manoa, vehi kaua, kaua tuahine kupa o kai. Ui maoli, ui maoli o akaka, kau mai luna, e ka mai ana panapa, a o, vai a ke akua. Ui maoli o akaka, kau mai luna, me ka mai ana panapa, a o, wai a ke ahua. O ka pio ana mai, o ke anue nue, ka hiko na nino ia, kau I, ka halani kela kela. O ka pio ana mai, o ke anue nue, ka hiko na nino ia, kau I, ka halani kela kela. Aina ia mai, ana kapuana, Hinani o Manoa, vehi, I ka ua tuahine. Aina ho, aina ia mai, ana kapuana, Hinani o Manoa, vehi, I ka ua tua. Let's try to hold that verse one more time. How to hold that verse? Aina. Here is the end of my story. ka ua tua hine, I ka ua tua hine.
Ladies and gentlemen, nice and applause. Kumu hula, Hiwa Vaughan. Halau hula, kalehua tuahine, along with the King's Own, and a wonderful happy birthday, haulila hanau, to her father, the late Palani Vaughan. Please come and say aloha to them all. Have a beautiful evening and a fond aloha.